Welcome, and thanks for joining us for Compassion Camp, at Emmanuel Christian Reformed Church. Our song of the day is called Come to the Table. Please join in and sing it with us.
Hello everyone, and welcome to Compassion Camp. We are so excited that you are joining us. Take pictures or a video of you participating to send in, of our music, Bible stories, crafts, and movement. Welcome to Session 1, At the Table. Did you know that some human expression is contagious? When one person yawns, it's common for people around that person to yawn too. Try this out with your family and friends. Try out some different expressions too, like laughing, smiling, frowning, or crying. When you see someone yawn, laugh, or cry, something in your brain responds because you know what it's like to feel laughter, sadness, or sleepiness. This is called empathy. When we know what it's like to feel something, we become more compassionate towards one another. For example, if you see me step on a toy car, you may feel compassion for me because you know it hurts. Your foot cannot feel it in that moment, but your empathy kicks in and your brain reminds you what suffering feels like. If your compassion is strong, you might offer to help me. That's what compassion is. You see my hurt, you feel my hurt, and you may want to help ease my hurt. But in order to show empathy, we need to see each other. Compassion helps us see and welcome.
Hello there. Welcome to day one and our first Bible story. Our story is about the boy who ran away, and some people call this the parable of the prodigal son. There was a family once with two sons, and here they are working with their father out in the fields. The younger son, he's the one on the left, he did what he liked, and he decided that he would rather not be a part of the family. But you need money to do what you like, so the younger son asked his father for half the family's money, and that was his share. The father sadly handed his son his share of the family's money. And so, with money in hand, the son left his home. His father watched him leave from the rooftop. He was so sad to see him go. The son went to a country far away, and then he entered a city. He soon found friends that were eager to spend his money, and he did not spend it very wisely. He did not save any money going to parties, buying food and presents. Soon all of his money was gone. Now, there had been no rain all year. The ground dried up and the plants died. There's very little to eat. People begged him for money, but he had no money left to give. He had to beg too, and no one would even give him a piece of bread. All of his new friends deserted him. He left the city to look for work because he didn't want to starve. After trying to find a job for a very long time, he finally got a job feeding pigs. It was the only job there was. And he got so hungry, he went after the pig food and he ate it. Yuck. He said to himself, I wanted to do what I liked, but now look at me. Is this what I like? No way. He said, I better go home to my father. I will say, Father, you can't let me be an important part of the family now like a son or a daughter, but you might let me be a servant. So he headed home. His father saw him coming from far off and was overjoyed, so happy to see him. The father ran to greet his son, and he gave him a big hug. The son was ashamed. He was ashamed to be treated like this, so kindly by his father. He started to tell his father to let him be a servant. But guess what? His father didn't even listen. He was too happy. He sent for the best clothes for him to wear, and he gave him a big party with dancing and lots to eat. He said, my younger son is part of the family again. Meanwhile, the older son returned from working in the field and asked what the music and dancing was about. When he heard his younger brother had returned, he was angry. The older brother said, hey, I'm part of the family too. I always have been, and you never gave a party for me. Oh well, at least God loves me and God couldn't love him after all the things he's done. Why not? The father said. I love him after all the things he's done. Of course, you're his father, said the older son. And what do we call God? Our Father, said the son. Oh, you see, said the father. But I don't see why you want to have a party. Because our family is back together. Isn't it a day to celebrate and show compassion? Come to the table. You are welcome. And let's welcome him. And so they showed compassion for their son.
God so loved the world that he gave his one and only Son, that whoever believes in him shall not perish. For God so loved the world that he gave his one and only Son,
That was fun! Now let's have a look at a really cool project that we can make.
Hi everyone, I'm Camp Counselor Pat and welcome to Compassion Camp. Be loved, be kind, be you. For today's craft, we're going to do session 1 at the table. I'll be leading you through creating a centerpiece to decorate your family's table for your next meal. It's a reminder of how God draws everyone together at the table. What you're going to need for today's craft is some egg cartons. You are going to need some scissors. You're going to need a glue gun with some assistance. You're going to need some pipe cleaners, some paint brushes, and also you're going to need a paper plate to paint for the wreath. Okay? So this is for the older children, and this one in the vase is for the preschoolers. Okay? Now, if you want to do some extra decorations, I just put a ribbon around that I had around, but if you wanted to get a little fancy and put some extra, just some extra touches onto your vase, you can. Okay? And also what you're also going to receive in your package for all the sessions is a mosaic poster that you're going to be putting together. It comes in 6 pages, and for each session it is going to tell you where you need to color. So it's a very simple poster to do. For the first session, you will find you need to color the food bank. You will also color the truck delivering food to people in your neighborhood. You're going to find a community church that you're going to need to color, friends dropping off some food at their homes, and also the welcome home party. But why don't we get started with our craft, and I will just show you how it is going to go. Okay? Let's go. Okay, so welcome back. With me here to help me, assist me with our craft today is Kia, my granddaughter. Hello. And I have Tailana as the videographer. I think we are ready to go, right? So what you need is an egg carton, like I mentioned before. You're going to cut the lid off because you're going to need about 10 of these roses. That off. And if you don't want to do the wreath, you can do single petals as well. Look how pretty the ones that we've already pre-made. Okay, here you go, Kia. So she's going to cut that in half, and I'm going to cut one out to show you how easy it is. Okay. Once you have your single petal, you're good to go to start shaping your rose.
This is mine so far. I just have to cut
Okay.
the petals now.
Yeah, and Kia just kind of used the bottom half of the carton. She didn't use the full one, so she just kind of cut it in half. And it doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, so I've shaped it. As you can see, it's shaped like that. Then the next step is to paint it. I chose red because I like red roses. And I've got some pre-painted. How's it going, Kia? Did you already shape yours? Okay, so Kia has shaped hers. That's how she wants it. And she will be ready to paint that one. She's cutting out a second one as well. So now the next step, after you paint them. You need 3 of them painted. You're going to use your glue gun. If you are not old enough to use a glue gun, then I would recommend a parent help you. But before that step, I'm going to just glue this on. Before that step, you need an inside piece as well, okay? So it's about 2 inches by 1/2 inch. You're going to paint that as well. Here's one painted. You're going to roll it up. You're going to put glue on it. And put it in the center of your petal. That is your top petal. You're going to curve it in. You're going to put that on as your 3rd piece, and there you have your rose. What I did forget to mention is you need to shape your rose petal. I've got a knitting needle. You could use anything that's round penciled or whatever you can find to round off. You're going to round off the petal like that. Just 2 of them you round off. You can either, if you forget that step, you can round it off after you paint it as well. And then of course that's how it shapes the rose. Okay? And then Kia, how's it going here? Now with Kia, she is going to take her pipe cleaner, because that's going to be the stem for the flower.
And then what you do, you wrap it up.
She's wrapping it around her finger,
Like this.
like
and
that.
just put it on.
Yep. And here's one dry and painted. You're going to take your pipe cleaner and you're going to glue it to the back of the flower. Okay? And this way it holds it nicely. You can use straws as well for your stems. And also from the lid of the egg carton, you can cut out some leaves. Paint it green. And then you're ready to place it on your wreath. I just put it around the inside and the outside. And here's the paper plate that you've cut out. You can use a smaller paper plate as well. And now I'm ready to glue my petal on. It's really that simple. And there we go. Okay, isn't that beautiful? So I hope you enjoyed this video, and at any time if you feel that you need to pause the video to just get things that you don't have with you, feel free to do so. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Have a great time, and we'll see you later.
Bye.
Love is patient, love is kind. It does not envy, it does not boast. It is not proud, it is not rude. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered, it keeps no record of wrongs.
That was a great craft! I think I'll work on my centerpieces some more later. Right now, it's time for us to do some yoga exercises.
Hello everyone, welcome to Yoga Time with Sarah. We're going to practice our breathing right now, sitting crisscross applesauce. We're going to inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. We're going to add some words as we inhale. We're going to say, think about in our minds. I see, and exhale, and welcome. We'll do that a couple more times. I see, and welcome. I see, and welcome. Try to relax your body. I see, and welcome. I see, and exhale. And welcome. Now we're going to get into our child's pose. We're going to go on our knees, put our hands in front of us, nice and straight, and we can touch our forehead to the floor. This is the child's pose. So with the child's pose, this is a position where we can connect with God's creation, the earth, and God's spirit within each of us as we bow our bodies and our hearts. So we're going to inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. I'll stay for a count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to get into our tabletop position. So you can straighten your backs and imagine that you are a table. Feel your palms into the floor and your knees on the floor and your back straight for the table pose. The table is a place of regrounding. Feel your steadiness. There is room for everyone at God's table. I'm going to inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And we'll stay like this for a few minutes or seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to go into our downward facing dog. So we're just going to arc our back. Just pretend that you're a bridge. Stand a little bit on your tippy toes. And we let ourselves be stretched and prepared for what's to come. You can go as slow or as fast as you like to this movement. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And we're going to go into our plank pose. So you're going to straighten your legs. Pretend you're doing a push-up. And from our plank pose, inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. For our plank pose, we're going to go into upward facing dog. So we're going to point your face and your head and your heart to the sky. And we say, we face the sun and welcome what this day has to hold for us. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. We'll go slowly back into downward facing dog. So you back up into your arc or your bridge as slow or as fast as you can go. Inhale, exhale. We're going to slowly bring our feet together. And we're going to roll up into our mountain pose. And relax your shoulders. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. We're going to bring our arms around and our hands down in center. And we say namaste. We're going to come sit again. And we'll do that again. Circle arms. Bring our hands to the center. And we say namaste, which means the light in me sees the light in you. Thank you for joining me for yoga session 1. You can go through this as many times as you would like to redo the poses. Enjoy your day. Thank you for joining us for session 1 at the table. Today, we learned how the beginning of compassion is seeing. This is one of the most true and honest ways we live out God's compassion. When we really see when people are sad, happy, lonely, scared, or hurt, we begin to feel it with them. That's our empathy. Please join me in a closing prayer. Welcoming one, your warm, wide arms are always open, drawing us into your heart full of love. Make our arms your own, helping us see and welcome with compassion all those we meet. Amen. See you next time.
I can't wait for the next episode. And I hope you all come back. Until then, be loved, be kind, and most of all, be you.